Nerdrotic's channel is dying, and no, this isn't a fake video. We've got numbers, and numbers don't lie. All right, so we talked a little bit about this on the Shellcast, and I have a lot more stuff to go over, but I wanted to make a quick video just talking to you guys directly about this information because I think it is important, and this is sort of to tease the deeper dive that is coming later. Now, these are my notes, and you can see here it says the slowdown of the anti-woke movement on YouTube, a data-driven analysis. And this is just numbers that are public. Like, you can go and get all this information yourself. There's several sites that have this information, and you can go to the channels and just add things up manually if you want. So all of these numbers are public. Now, the only thing that I don't have access to, and no one but the channel owners would, is their own personal analytics, which may be slightly different from some of the numbers you get on the public sites. But that doesn't change anything because the actual numbers we're going to be looking at are public numbers. Things like subscriber gains, subscriber losses, views, videos uploaded, things like that. That's where we're going to start. And we're going to focus on the month that just ended, which is the month of March, both March 2024 and March 2025. Now, I have a lot more stuff going on. I go all the way back in some of this other information into like 2023, 2022, and then the COVID era, because I believe, my theory is that a lot of these channels blew up because of the lack of entertainment coming out during COVID. Most of these guys gained their traction during the tail end of COVID because there were no movies coming out, no TV shows were paused, entertainment was very stagnant, and people were turning to the internet with their anger about this, and they would stumble into these communities and they would become indoctrinated by this content. They'd become radicalized by this content. So let's take a look. We got 3 channels we're going to look at. Nerdrotic is one of them. We're also going to look at Critical Drinker, and we're going to be looking at Geeks and Gamers. Again, these are all numbers you can add up for yourself. So if you want to go and do your own math and figure out your own stuff out, feel free to do that. All right, so let's start out with Nerdrotic. All right, so Nerdrotic in March 2024 has 25 uploaded videos. And during that month, the total month, he gained 52,000 subscribers. His total views for all of those videos during that month was 25 to 30 million. Now, the reason why there's sort of a rough area there is because some of the videos on the channel they're unlisted videos. So you can't get the exact number. So that is an estimate of the views. So I'm going to put that out there. Anything where there's like a variation is because either there's unlisted content or the videos in question have been made private. So they're just not available. All right, so let's go here down to March 2025. There was 18 uploaded videos, so a little bit less than 2024. So I want to take that into account, which would affect the total views for the month slightly. But we're talking about a massive difference in views, as you can see here on the screen. Now, subscribers gained is really crazy. Like, it went from 52,000 in March of 2024 to 12,000 in March of 2025, which is a 76.9% decrease in monthly subscribers. That's massive. That's massive. And I'm telling you, we start going back to like 2023, 2022 and looking at it, you'll see that there is a correlation here to all of this. And I can't wait to do that. That's going to be so much fun. Now, views are, again, estimated because some videos are either unlisted, private, not available, to go and double check. So this is a sort of guesstimation, low and high. So like it said, 25 to 30 million, that there's a variance there. But if you look here, we're talking about 6 to 8 million, 8 million being the high end. So even if you're generous and go with the high number, we're talking about a 75% decrease in views per month from 2024 to 2025. That's massive. That's massive. And that is just 1 month. Now, I've gone through, again, we're not going to talk about it here because I'm still doing the research. We're going to be looking at other months. We're going to be looking at viral videos that caused a massive subscriber growth. Like, there was one day last year where his channel gained 75,000 subscribers in one day. We haven't seen anything like that since then. A lot of that has to do with the fact that he was making like anti-woke year-end videos, and it massively blew up his channel in 2024. So that's a lot, 75,000 in one day. Now, before we go any further, I want to point out, of course, a channel gaining 12,000 subscribers in 1 month is great in the context of just raw subscribers. You're still gaining subs. However, there is a downtrend. And I'm telling you, looking at the other numbers, this is it's a continuation of stuff that has been happening since the end of last year. I'm going to give you a little heads up on what happened at the end of last year. Trump was elected. And since Trump's election, there is a downtrend on a lot of this content. Let's take a look at Critical Drinker here. So Critical Drinker, March of 2024, as far as I can tell, 5 uploaded videos with 60,000 subscribers gained, 55 million views. That's really impressive for only 5 videos uploaded. Now for Critical Drinker, this doesn't count live streams and stuff like that. It's just the uploaded videos, okay? So his views and the video uploads and views, or live streams and views would be a variant. I just want to be clear on that. So that's why the metric I'm looking at is only uploaded content for Critical Drinker. March of 2025, 5 uploaded videos, so steady, same numbers. But subscribers gained, he has gone from, as you can see here, 60,000 in March of 2024 to 21,600, which is a 64% decrease in monthly subscribers. That's massive. That's a big deal. Of course, still gaining subscribers. We haven't reached the point where they're bleeding subscribers yet. We haven't reached that point, but gaining subscribers. Now, some of these channels have actually lost subscribers, like Eric July, over 20,000 subscribers lost on his channel. And he's not the only one. There's other ones, but he's probably the biggest number. Over 20,000 is massive. That's a massive loss. He's not gaining subs. He's actually losing subscribers. Now, Critical Drinker here, 55 million views in 2024, March of 2024, 20.9 million views in March of 2025. So that's a 62% difference there. So, and those are raw numbers. You can go look at those. The last one we're going to look at here is Geeks and Gamers. Now, Geeks and Gamers in March of 2024 uploaded 30 videos. They gained around 10,000 subscribers with around 3.1 million views on their channel. This was in 2024. In 2025, 25 videos, so 5 less videos, which is a decrease of 16.7%. Subscribers gained 1,000. They went from gaining 10,000 in March of 2024 to 1,000 in March of 2025. So that's a 90% decrease in subscribers subscribing to their channel during the month. Also, they saw a slight downturn in views. Now, this is really interesting. This one, I don't really know what happened with this, but they went from 3.1 to 2.98 million. So that's only a 3.9% loss of views. So not a massive loss of views. And I think a lot of that has to do with simply the amount of uploads, the consistency of those uploads. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I don't really have too much of an answer for that one. But down here, I wrote down some reasons for like why this could be happening. We'll go into a deep dive on this, but audience fatigue with anti-woke content, culture war burnout, platform changes, market oversaturation, decline in cultural relevance of key targets, changing viewer preferences, perspective shift. There's a lot of different things that we could talk about, and I'm going to fine tune that a little bit before we dive headfirst into that. But as you can see, not looking good for these channels in terms of a year-to-year change from 1 month. This is a snapshot. It's a snapshot. But I'm telling you right now, before we get to the big video where I have a bunch of information, this is not a random occurrence with the channels. It's not by chance. We're going to look at some other months. We're going to look at years. We're going to look at full numbers with these guys. So what this tells me is, even if these channels survive, which I think most of them will probably get through the next few years, until they can re-grift, whenever we change presidents or things like that. Until that happens, I think some of them will survive. I think Critical Drinker will probably survive unless we see some massive changes. I think Nerdrotic will probably survive. Geeks and Gamers, they have other channels with a lot of different creators, so they'll probably not have an issue. And plus, their monthly numbers look to be the same. But this is not good. This is not good. I believe this is the beginning of the end for this kind of content on YouTube. And it's not because YouTube's done anything, because we know YouTube doesn't give a shit. So it's not because YouTube did anything. It is specifically because there are changes in the way people are viewing content. Shorts are overtaking YouTube. They're massively popular. These guys don't really do shorts the way everybody else does because these are not TikTokers, they're YouTubers. There's other small things to talk about, but these are raw numbers. So if you want to be mad at the numbers. Don't be mad at me. I'm just delivering these numbers for everybody to see. This is the beginning of a deep dive. If you guys would like for me to dive even further into this or expand to other channels and include other channels, I wouldn't mind doing that. So you can leave that in the comments down below with like some suggestions for channels you want me to look at. For this particular experiment, exercise, whatever you want to call it, these are the 3 channels I'm going to focus on for now. But if there's any other you would like for me to look at and do these kinds of videos on, I would love to do it. So let me know in the comments below. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.